My phone just stopped recording. Some weird stuff started going on around me, like nature, like hearing. My phone stopped recording all by itself. Whatevs. Okay. It's still recording here. Okay, so I was talking about the Hebrew alphabet, and I've heard that I've heard this girl say before that if you understand the Hebrew alphabet, you will understand God. And so I took that seriously. I went and got me those at the Dollar Tree. It's a little pack of Uno cards that are miniature. They're like that big. I printed off on the internet each letter of the Hebrew alphabet and what it meant. And I just did a letter. I've got cards where I wrote down what it meant. But and then I took that witch stitchery that you hem up pants with, it comes like in a roll at the dollar store, and you put it on, you stitch up, and you can iron it on. I took that, I cut it into little pieces, I put it on the back of that Uno card, I put the piece of paper on top of it, and I barely ironed it on low iron, and it worked perfectly. I've had those for years, and I to try to learn the Hebrew alphabet. So here is so 22 represents light, appearing 264 times in the Bible. 264 divided by 12 equals 22. 22 Hebrew alphabet letters considered the building blocks of creation. Tav, kind of looks like an N, is the 22nd and final letter in the Hebrew alphabet. It represents truth, a sign, or a seal. Sorry, I'm trying to see if I'm still recording. 22 letters signify a complete structured system. 22 in Hebrew represents light of, revelation, or revelation light. 22 major arcana cards in the tarot deck. In the book of 1 Kings and Revelation, they each have 22 chapters. Original Hebrew Old Testament canon had 22 books. In Hinduism, there are 22 consonants in the Sanskrit like alphabet language. Okay. I'm going to read this. Not that. People aren't ready. I'm going to read first I want to read this. These are what symbols can mean oracally, like oracle messages, oracle meanings. Okay, a rattle and a staff. Rattle and the staff can mean alchemy. Rainbow chakra lightning, storm blowing, lightning, south, west, north, east. These things can represent the spirit of wind and change, clarity, choice, ideals for highest good of all. Garden can represent more than enough. Then I have here, if you're feeling stuck, no sun, no light, these could be a cause for enlightenment or goals that were said. Be careful what you speak. It can mean change, perspective, Uranus energy. All right, now I'm going to read this. No, I'm going to do some of my cards and then I'll read that. I'm going to read this part. The first step in regenerating self-will is service. Regeneration is desire and it equals love. Love ascending are of a cycle. Then I've got inertia plus nucleus, electrons of Earth's core. I be writing wild stuff sometimes, y'all. Ahaula means like breath. It's something I said I spoke in the Akoshan language of love and protection. I think it's the language of angels. 1666 celestial star map opened up on my browser, on my tablet by itself. Wow. We need to learn the metric system. Ahaula, like breath. I never do these. Why not these? I write down things I learn. I put them on index cards, and I shuffle them like tarot. This is what this is. I've been making these over the years. I have no idea what's on here. Messages for us. They're a little hard to shuffle because they're like paper. I'm ready for the weekend. This is too many. I'm just gonna split it up and pick one. Lourdes Royal song. Y'all like that song? I like that song. We count our dollars on the train to the movies. Something. I don't know how it goes. That kind of looks just ain't for us. Postcode envy. Well, let's see. What are these pink cards? I'm gonna pull out the pink cards. That one's weird. I was counting and describing all the astral vans I saw as I was driving on I-40 West, 412 Kennett, Missouri to Tennessee. Astral van, maroon with gray stripes, two-tone brown with copper, brown and tan brown, two stripes, silver with gray two stripes, September 2024. I tell you, I write down everything I do. I don't know what that is, so I'm going to pull it out. Pink, pink, pink. Imperial moth. A large American moth, Ecles imperialis, having yellow wings with purple markings. Wolf River, Memphis, Tennessee. Wolf is the name of animals of prey, Latin, from the Latin word lupus, Greek lycos. Any of a various wild canine carnivorous genus Canis, especially the gray wolf, widely distributed throughout the northern hemisphere. Domestic dogs are descended from wolves, sharing 99% of DNA with wolves. A fierce, cruel, or greedy person. A man who flirts aggressively with many women. The dissonance of some chords of a what? A wolf. You have wolf energy? I do. Some people don't like it. Some people are scared by the black wolf. But I had a black wolf race me in Manila, Arkansas one time, y'all. I'm gonna share this and then I'll be done because my videos are always too long. I had a black, and I'll read these. I had a black wolf one time. I used to live by my Meemaw on this dead end road, and I turned one time to go down the road. As soon as I turned, there was a black wolf waiting right there, like by where the golf course is, if you're from there, like on the side of the road. And it started, when I started going, it started running. This thing kept locked eyes with me the entire time it was running, and it ran. And I looked at my speedometer and I sped up, and I was like going like 35, 45. When I hit the gravel, I had to slow down. I think I was going like in the 50s, and that wolf was still right beside me and staring at me as it ran. Its legs were so long. And that made me scared of black wolves. And then, but then now I thought, well, maybe I'm trying to spend. And my Meemaw even saw it too. Like, I was telling my Meemaw about it. I went home and I went over to my Meemaw. I was like, there's a black wolf just ran beside me and raced by my car. And she said, I saw it last night. She said she turned on her, or shined her light or something, like her, some kind of light she had. She said, because I thought there was a man standing in the driveway in the middle of the night. She said, and I shined that light on it, and it was that black wolf. She said, I saw it. And then I saw a black wolf like a month ago run beside my neighbor's house. Like run, I live in the middle of town, right in the center of the middle of town, like the main street. And a black wolf ran right beside her house. And I went and got my camera, I tried to find it, couldn't find it, whatever. But so I used to be scared of wolves from that one experience. But then I started thinking, well, maybe I need to understand, look up the spiritual meaning of a wolf. Look up this indigenous, tribal, native meaning, what they believe about wolves. I have a confirmation. Did you hear that? I don't know what that was. There's not even a notification. I don't have notifications on my phone. That's why I never know when nothing's going on, because I have them turned off. Weird. Is it still recording? Yeah. I don't know what that sound was. I listen to the indigenous, it's this white wolf. It's indigenous powwow tribal music on YouTube, and the picture is this native man, and there's this white wolf, and then they're dancing, and it looks like they're giving each other a low five. I listened to that. It's very transforming. But I started to think, well, wait a minute. I'm not supposed to fear anything. Fear shouldn't exist in me. Whatever you fear, you should face. And so I started like looking up spiritual meanings of wolves. Black wolf, white wolf, didn't matter, any wolf. I started looking up the definitions. I take notice when I see anything that says it. And I started thinking, well, maybe this is something in me. Whenever there's fear, I think to myself, well, this is because there's something deeply rooted in me that I need to understand more, and I don't. And then so I go deep into research, and so then I don't have that fear anymore. Okay. Wolf energy coming through, definitely, because I just went around a rant about it. Tibetus, man of Kent Towers. I have no idea what this is. I don't know when I wrote it. Look it up. I'm going to. Soar. I heard that song of fly like an eagle to the sea. Fly like an eagle, let my spirit carry me. Infallible, never wrong, not liable to fail. Err, to wander, go astray, to be wrong, mistaken, fall into error. Oh, because on the back I've got the Plato Republic 6. Identify that which is infallible with that which errs. Identify that which is infallible with that which errs. And here is what infallible and errors means. Screenshot it. Right and left nadis. Balance the right and left nadis. Right and left nadis are like energy centers that go along from the spine up to the back of the brain. Believe so. I believe it's like a Buddhist Hindu belief. You know, it's the kind of stuff we don't get every day, you know, because we're kind of closed off to listening to what they have to say because we're so focused on Christianity. And I started listening, and I take note of it, and I see what they have to offer. I don't have to buy everything, but they have good stuff. Right and left nadis. Balance by alternate nostril breathing. Hold one side of nostril and breathe in open side. Hold up for a few seconds and breathe out by lifting finger from closed nostril. This will also create hemisync in the brain. This will activate where you're using both sides of your brain, your right and your left hemispheres. Most people just use one. We need to be using both. We need to be using our right. We need to be using both. Some people were born with right and left brain activation. Here's a way to also do brain hemisync. Next, start when you get out of the shower, dry off opposite of what you normally do. Like whatever you do, whatever you go for first, go to the opposite side of the body with the opposite hand. Do it with the opposite hand, opposite side of the body. Brush your teeth with the opposite hand than what you normally do. Affirmation, visualization, and belief. First thing in the morning and throughout the day. This is how you create wealth and abundance. Heal any belief of lack that you have in your mind. I'm thinking I like a cigarette and I want one and I didn't. There it is. I knew I put it out. Like, heal the belief of lack. Like, if your family was always poor and you come from very poor, humble beginnings, you need to heal that mentality that you're always lacking things you need or a certain lifestyle. Dream big, dream huge. Like right now, I'm manifesting, dreaming about a barn mansion made out of those like round, like, well, I can't remember the name. I want to say gin, but it ain't a gin. A gin is a cotton gin. Why am I thinking that? I know why I'm thinking that. Those grain bin, not gin. Like, they have barn mansions made out of those. That's what I'm envisioning lately. Quote from the movie Train Dream. This is a movie. I don't watch TV, but my husband does watch. He's a lot of movies, and so if I walk in the room and I catch something, if something catches my attention, I write it down. This is from the movie Train Dream. I have not seen the movie. I just heard this quote, and it says, "It was always baffling to me with the casuality that he was with divinity."